Hi, I'm Suzanne Deffree with UBM Electronics, EDN, and Innovation Generation, and I'm here at the USA Science and Engineering Festival in DC at the Lockheed & Martin booth with Denny Daniel of the Museum of Interesting Things, and he's going to show us some of the things that he's collected over the years.
This is a pigeon carrier that would go into battle in World War II. It'd basically be the soldier's version of Twitter. Another cool form of communication is this guy here. I don't know if you have your cell phone on you.
Oh yeah, this is, oh wow.
It's known as the brick.
Yeah,
now you know why.
One. Yeah, this is by Motorola. This was the original, right?
Yeah, this is from the 80s.
Nice.
We actually have an earlier version of this. Hi Mom, I can't talk to you now, I'm being interviewed. Yeah, this would be known as kind of the portable telephone of the time. But before that, they'd have a telephone that was more like this box. Wooden telephone. Which I actually let the museum actually travels to schools, and I let the kids touch all these items. So I let them use this, and they always wonder where to talk. So we also have a toy department, which shows you that the wind-up technology that was used for the telephone and for record players could also be used for toys. It's the same technology in gears, and it's the same principle that they even had wind-up cars.
You know, I was interested in this, the electric flesh brush.
Back then, electricity, magnetic power, these things were either used to power things like our rockets and our cars and all the light, or it was voodoo to a lot of people. They started coming out with a lot of quack medical devices. The electric flesh brush was one of them. Dr. Scott's electric flesh brush. The secret behind it was there was a metal rod put in here, and that rod was magnetized. So when you were using it, you would get a little bit of a, magnetic charge. Yeah. This is a steam engine, and the locomotive companies actually commissioned several toy companies, especially the Whedon company, to make these steam engines to teach kids about steam power, which is important these days because of alternative energy.
Right.
It's very important for kids to learn the magnetic power, the steam power.
So this is not just a toy, this would actually work?
This would actually work.
Wow.
You put water in here, you heat it up, and then the gears would turn.
That's great.
We show them that Morse code is not the telegraph, it's a language, just like French and English.
Right.
This would be basically the text message of the time. This is a cipher machine. For those of you who remember the Enigma, this is basically the American version of the Enigma.
Wow.
It would encode our messages so nobody would understand what we're saying, especially the Germans. We have a bunch of spy cameras that look like toys, but they were actually spy cameras that were sold in the back pages of, for you comic book collectors, comic books. And that is from 1905. Looks like a pocket watch, but actually journalists used to take this to like boxing matches, and then they would pull this off, go like that, and then I'll let you take a picture of the photographer. You press that button.
This one here?
Yep, that one there.
Okay.
And then you aim it right at him.
The lens is here?
The lens is there.
Okay.
And you just took a picture of him.
Oh, wow.
And an important piece that also shows you how the gears work. Isn't that beautiful?
That's great.
This is how people listen to music from the about 1880s up until around 1929. We try to show the kids that their iPods and the inventions that we have now, the things that these engineers are inventing, come from a long line of inventions. The Edison cylinder being one of the first for the record players, but of course he learned from other inventors as well. And that's the point of this, to get kids to tinker again. And they should go back to the past to invent the future. This would be the laptop of the time in the early 1980s. This is the Osborne 1, which right now probably a few of the geeks are going, oh my God, I remember this.
Yeah.
And then we got a couple of televisions that were inspired by the whole space race. That would be an astronaut's helmet made into a television. It would hang off your ceiling.
And how can folks find you if they want to contact you and see some of this stuff in person?
The website is the museumofinterestingthings.org, and an easier one to remember is museumthings.org.